Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Horsey and Fox podcast. I am, of course, one of your hosts, James, and I am joined by George on this fine day. It's a Monday.
It's
How are you?
Wonderful day. I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
Overcast skies. I do that at this beginning of episodes. I think I just talk about the
What?
weather
The-
when you go, "You
Well,
alright?"
It's been very hot the last, week.
Mm-hmm. It has
It's
been.
been very
Bit of a
warm
late
in the
summer.
old UK. Yeah, it's been mad. I mean, it's cooling down now. Today is still warm, but not super hot.
Yeah,
And
there was
then
a
it's gonna
thunderstorm yesterday,
cool
right?
down.
And it
Yeah,
was.
it
I think
was.
that thunderstorm was like, it was like signifying the end of summer. The heat was. It was like, hanging on, as well as it could. But
yeah.
yeah, it's probably just gonna rain a bunch more this week, and then it will become a lot colder. And it'll
Yeah.
be fucking horrible winter.
Yeah, I'm ready for winter. I'm so ready for winter. I'm over summer. It feels like it's been summer for a million years.
We
I
didn't
need
even
it.
get a summer. What are you talking about? We barely got one.
We had so much heat.
No,
in
we
the summer.
didn't.
What do you mean?
Talking about?
What do
It
you mean?
rained
Like,
for like
literally-
weeks straight. What are you on about?
From May through to now, we've had so many little
No, we
pockets
did not.
of heat.
Nowhere near as many as like last year, or like thinking back to some of the best summers we've had. Like, it's been shit. I've been robbed of a summer.
Maybe?
I'm pissed off.
But I remember so many days. It was just like super hot.
Well,
in the
it
house,
has
like,
been hot, but
it was,
I want it
you
for
know?
consecutively longer. There would just be some shit rain for like a good week. I'd get like 2 hot
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
and they'd be like, "Oh,
Maybe
it's
it
fucking
was.
raining for a week now."
Yeah, maybe it was
Ugh.
broken up a little bit, I suppose. But
Yeah, it was shit.
I
want
still
summer
feel
to
like
be
it's
balls to the
been
wall.
hot. I don't think it's not rained that much. I really can't remember when I can't remember the last time it rained other than yesterday.
And the 2 weeks before, and the week I was in Italy, it rained almost every day.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I was so excited to get to
don't
Italy,
even
because I was like,
remember that.
fuck this shit, it's not even summer, it's bollocks. And
That's
then I finally got
mad,
back and it was
though.
raining again.
But wet, I don't know. Because usually I take note of when it's raining, because it's annoying, because I'm like, oh, I need to walk the dog and it's fucking raining, and I don't want to walk in the fucking rain. But I suppose it has like more often than you would expect in summer. But
It's bloody
I haven't
annoying.
noticed, honestly. To me, it's just felt warm and
I have
and hot
limited
a lot of the
time
and I'm ready to fucking move
chill.
on. I need cold and dark.
No.
I love it.
It's the time of year where I literally want to hang myself. Like, I wake up in the morning for work, it is dark. I get to work, it's dark. I don't get daylight apart from the hour I get in my car at lunch, and then I go back into work and I get
yeah.
out and it's dark. It's fucking
Okay,
horrible.
yeah. That's reasonable. Yeah, that would actually suck.
At least in my current
Um,
office, I have fucking windows. Like, where I used to work before.
What sort of office doesn't have windows?
Fucking warehouse offices that I used to, or like my first job was in it was like an office that was tucked away into the corner of a warehouse, so we had no windows. It was horrible.
That's
it was depressing.
mental.
I
That
felt like
is
I was in a
fucking
little prison.
horrible. Oh my god, I hate that. That's
Awful.
not good.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Well,
Thank God I'm not
there
working
you
there
go.
anymore.
yeah, that is good. That's good. But yeah, that's weather chat for today.
Yeah, for some reason it's our forecast. Well, it's not even a forecast. It's a what's the opposite
it's
of
a
four?
pre-
It's a pre-cast. No, it's not a precast. What's the opposite of four?
After.
It's an
I don't know.
aftercast.
It's
a
an
past
aftercast. It's a past cast. That's good. That's a good throwback. No one's gonna get that because no one fucking watched it. It's all your fault. The Four Pillars Network fell. Didn't watch our fucking shows.
Fell. It's like, by the end of it, the only thing that was being done was Four Pillars Podcast. We should have just called it the Four
Yeah.
Pillars Podcast.
And just on the Four Pillars podcast, our ambitions were too high, apparently.
They were too high.
but
we
it was
couldn't
also
even be bothered
to
to
be-
do fucking gameplay footages when we said we were going to. The Red Dead
Yeah.
one and the Halo one, they never went up. They were fucking...
The Halo.
Oh, the
to
Red
be
Dead one
fair,
did.
The Red Dead one is up, but it's just on my channel.
And it's
Actually, no.
private.
It's private, yeah, it's not up.
It
My
never saw
private
the light
edit.
of day for more than like a month.
Yeah, and then I got rid of it.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's part of the advent calendar, and that looks messy when you leave it up. So it's nice to private that.
Yeah, I might put it back up because I've left up some of them. Maybe I should leave it up just because Tyler did go through the painstaking process of editing that with your fucked footage.
Oh, the one, yeah, because I was like recording directly to my hard drive, wasn't I?
Yeah.
It
So
took
all
me
your
so
footage was
many
fucked.
years to discover that that is something I shouldn't do.
Oh, I discovered that because it was pissing me off, and I was like, I don't understand. I have a powerful PC. Why is this happening? And so I contacted Elgato, and one of their bloody tech men were like, oh, if you record it to an external hard drive, yeah, like it's working with the external hard drive's power, not your PC.
That makes
so if
sense.
it's got like a low write speed or whatever, it'll just write it wrong and it'll go all laggy. And I was like, oh my god, I've been doing that for years. I had no idea that's what the problem fucking was.
Yeah, and then you could have said, while I got you on the phone, Mr. Elgato, man, I have about 10 million other problems. It's shit because your capture cards suck.
It's like that'd be a great solution to my problem, but also it's telling me no signal when it's literally plugged in.
Yeah.
Can you help me with that, please?
I'm stuck for capture cards. I don't know what to record with because I need a new one because my Elgato, I can't record gameplay on it because it does that shit flickering thing where it'll like flicker green or pink every now and then. It's like my Sonic footage has it in it, and I don't know what to do about it. So like, I have to get a new capture card because I don't trust Elgato anymore. They suck. It's weird as well because the pink and green flicking only happens in the Elgato 4K capture utility app. It does not happen in OBS.
That's so weird.
Their products suck, and they're
They
so
genuinely
fucking
do,
expensive.
and it's so annoying because fuck, it's so annoying because they genuinely have like a fucking monopoly on capture cards.
Yeah.
I don't know any competitors or like
Neither
actual
do I.
good competitors. I don't know of any that exist.
It's like HD PVR doesn't exist anymore. At least I don't
No,
think it
fucking
does.
the Horporg HD PVR.
The Dazzle.
You don't have like Dazzle. I mean, to be fair, like back in the day when you had the HD PVR, did they really have a true competitor until Elgato came on?
I don't think so.
Because everyone else was like, it was never as good quality as a HD PVR.
No. Everything was always like some shitty, like little flimsy plastic shape that you'd plug into your Xbox. You're like, what is this?
I think there was the Rockio, was it? Was that the other one, or Black Magic?
So they both just sound like I'd get a bomb
it-
in the post if I ordered one.
I think was it called Black Magic
Rockio.
Intensity Pro?
What?
I think it was.
Black
Yeah, the Black
Magic.
Magic Intensity Pro. That was
mental.
the main competitor. They still have capture cards.
Damn, maybe I need to
Wow.
go with them instead of Elgato because Elgato sucks fat cock and I need something else because it's not working anymore.
Incredible quality capture and playback in SD, HD, and Ultra HD for your HDMI, UVY, and S video.
What's Ultra HD? Give me some fucking resolutions.
4K.
Oh, I don't need 4K. Fucking hell.
Oh,
But I suppose my
4K's
current
4K's
capture
the
card.
shit.
Nah, you think my computer could render anything in 4K? It would fucking blow up.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
The house would be gone.
That is a good point.
There'd just be
Oh
a
my
chunk
God.
of space where my room was.
Maybe you should get a Black Magic Intensity Pro.
Maybe I should. I need a better computer as well, to be fair. So I can actually edit a video and like not tab out of Sony Vegas, then have to wait 5 minutes when I click back into the window and it has to
Yeah,
load everything again.
That's true. That is actually a really,
it
really good
sucks.
point.
Like I turn my computer off and I load it back up, and no joke, my fucking Sony Vegas file has to take like 20 minutes to load.
That's mad. That is actually
I had
mad.
to sit there just on my phone waiting for it.
I remember that as well. I used to do that too, and it's still, and I think it's partially because Sony Vegas is a piece of shit editing
True, it
software.
sucks dick.
Because
But I don't wanna
even
stop
for
using
me,
it.
like, you know, I have to sometimes with big files, I have to sit there for a couple minutes, and it's like that's feels
fucked.
too
And your
much.
computer's like, what? You've got some fucking crazy computer.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking like my AC1 retrospective. Like I've got like I've already edited like maybe 3 hours of it. All the
Yeah.
footage is 4K,
Okay.
and it's trying to render all that in, and it
4K.
takes like 2 minutes or whatever. But
I don't even know what that was meant to be. I don't know if Robbie or Ryan has ever said 4K in their entire
That was a
life.
combination of Robbie and Ryan and the 10K, the Creed.
Oh yeah. What the fuck was
James, oh James, 10K. You did it, didn't you?
that? What a classic bit of fucking lore that is from the ye olde days of yore. Oh man.
Those were the times.
I still
Those were
follow the
fucking
Creed on
times.
Instagram. And he doesn't
Oh,
post. I
the
don't know why I
Creed.
follow him actually, but I can't bring myself to unfollow him because I love him.
That was the video where Gabe Graziani called me Richard the Harambe.
Gabe. Wait, 10K
You don't
was that
remember
long
that?
ago that it was when Gabe was in our good graces.
It was before we became like right wing.
Before we became the worst, most insufferable people in the AC community. I was right when I said I was the biggest arsehole in the Assassin's Creed community. Like sitting
No,
there.
it couldn't have been 10K. It must have been 20K. Yeah, it must
20K.
be 20K.
Oh, that rings
that
more of a
sounds
bell.
more. Yeah, that sounds more right. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
20K. Yeah, it was just before we became
The
like
10K video was a
Shapiro
giant confetti cannon.
spokespeople. Yeah, that was the giant confetti cannon video. Yeah.
It was a great moment.
We did the sketch where I'm playing AC Unity.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing playing AC Unity? And you're like, it's great after the patches. To be fair, you didn't say it. That's been a perfect time to say that.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
That was in this room right now that I'm in. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
was. And I was
But it looks
sitting where you're
different from
sitting.
this angle. Well, you're not
Playing
sitting exactly
Unity.
where I'm sitting because
No.
my desk is on a different wall. But well, technically it's
Yeah.
not. But
Well,
you had
mine
the
was on both
L-shaped.
walls, yeah.
Yeah, you had the cool desk, but I get the double bed, so I think that's actually more useful for me. I can spread out like a starfish when I go to sleep.
It's more useful. That doesn't even like make sense.
a bigger bed is way more useful for me.
In what reality is a double bed more useful than a large desk?
Because when am I sitting at my desk? Like a few days a week? I'm sitting on my bed every night.
True. I guess
at
so.
the weekend. You know, it's a
I
good
guess
time.
so. For me, it was just not even close. Obviously, the bigger desk was the way more useful thing
Well,
to do.
yeah, obviously.
Every single day, hours and hours a day.
And you had a
Do it,
PS3
making
on there
AC content.
and a
I did.
PS4, and it was just like one side of it was just stacked with consoles.
Yeah, it was the Xbox One, the 360, the
Yeah.
PS3, the PS4 Pro, the Switch,
Bloody hell.
all just on one side of my desk, and then I had the 3 monitors, and then on the left, just like I don't know, there was like a bunch of shit. I don't know what was on the left
Absolute
side.
epic gaming
I
setup.
think on the left side I had the AC3 Steelbook for some reason.
What?
I don't know.
On the left side of your desk, you just log. You
Yeah.
didn't even like that
I think
game.
so. Yeah, I don't know. I think I also had that Connor statue as well,
Oh yeah.
which I don't know like what I don't know why I didn't like. It's not like why was it there? I have no
Does
fucking
it look
idea.
cool? And the Ezio bust.
I guess it did a bit. Oh yeah, the Ezio bust. Yeah, I still have that. That's on my
The shelf, right?
It's on my shelf. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn
Yeah.
my camera. I was going to, but I can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah.
It is there. Trust me. I also have in the background. You can see the background, my shelf, which is also falling off the wall, which you can't see, but everyone else can see it. I've got obviously my lightsaber and
I thought you fixed.
Halo Reach.
Fixed it.
No. I broke it when I was doing a bit at the beginning of my Jedi Survivor video, where I
What are you fucking
at the
doing
beginning.
to it?
Oh no, so the bit was
Hanging
at
off
the
of
beginning
it.
because kind of my lightsaber is on it. So I at the beginning of the Jedi Survivor video I talk about how I'm not into Star Wars anymore, but in the background of my camera you can see it. So I like quickly get up and I run over and I grab it and throw it off camera,
God.
which it dented my wall as well.
Jesus
And
Christ.
also when I was doing it, because I was like doing it in such a rush to like make it look funny, I
Yeah.
put my arm on the thing and it just ripped the fucking thing out the wall.
Well, that
the
must have been a
shelf.
good take, right?
It was
That
the
made
only
it like
take.
even funnier. Yeah, there's a one take thing.
Yeah, because I just and that was that. But I also have something I got in a loot crate, the little ghost from Destiny.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
model of it on a stand that's just there. I do not play Destiny,
Yeah,
but I have it there.
You played like a bit of Destiny 1 and then like you've played a fair
I played
bit
a
of
lot of
Destiny
Destiny 2,
2, to be fair,
yeah. It was an unhealthy amount of Destiny 2, actually. I was playing that for like 12 hours a day.
See, I didn't even like. I didn't like Destiny 2 as much as 1, and yet I totaled up how many hours I have on the game, I've got like 2,000 hours in total on Destiny 2.
That's insane.
Like, I got like something like 300 hours, or like 600 hours on console, and then like 1,300 hours on Steam. It's fucking mental. For a game that I didn't like that much, I must have liked it.
You must have enjoyed it,
where
yeah.
I loved it. Where I fucking loved it, and the loot goblin within me came back out for a few months, and then, yeah. I downloaded it on my... Sorry, you go on.
No, you carry on. I was going to talk about something else.
I was just going to say, I downloaded it on my PS5 like a couple weeks ago. Literally logged in, a bunch of trophies popped. I went to the tower, slid around a bit, and I was like, fucking hell, I can't be asked to play this, and then uninstalled it straight away.
That's so fucking classic. I think what part of what makes Destiny so fun is the just progression of it all. Like,
yeah.
You're getting new things, leveling your character, getting your light level up or whatever,
yeah,
and increasing your power and stuff. It's really satisfying. It's one of the reasons why I fucking love. I loved Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. It was that process of getting new shit, getting loot, leveling up your character, and just progressing.
Having little daily tasks to perform.
Yeah. Like logging in every single day so you could do these daily challenges, and you got weekly challenges and raids and events, and it's so fucking fun. And that's one of the things I love about the brand new fucking Final Fantasy. So this is not a sponsored ad. But the new Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis app, which is
epic
fun
game.
as fuck. It's fun as fuck. I'm fucking loving it. It's amazing. I bought the season pass. It's great. I love it. It's so fun. It's got new Final Fantasy 7 lore, and I've been gaining stuff. Zack is in it. You can get different outfits for all these characters. You like make your own party, and then you do these like raids, and you got like a tower, like a battle thing. There's so much content. It's actually crazy how much content it launched with. And they're going to be updating it to add new stuff.
Style sort of characters.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it follows. It's currently it's got in it it's got the Midgar section of the OG, as well as the first chapter of Crisis Core, and the first 4 chapters.
So is this like a
multiplayer
game
story, which is new? Yeah, it's both. Like there's single player bits, but there's co-op stuff, and there's raids.
So wait, during
it'll happen.
Combat, it's the character designs are more detailed, but during
it looks like remake.
It's like it's almost kind of like OG. How when you're walking about, all the characters look like little blocky guys, and they look like higher res when you're in combat.
Yeah. It's very similar to the OG, and it's a lot more based on the OG than remake is. But there's some weird wavy stuff in here that they're doing, possibly.
What the fuck are they called? The Wisps. Are they in it? What are they called?
The Whispers.
The Whispers.
They are not in it. To my knowledge, they're not in it. But
no Nomura.
Who really knows what Nomura and Katase have up their sleeve?
Big
Final Fantasy 7.
A big handkerchief that they keep unraveling out of their sleeve. And
they would definitely. Damn. They would do that. They would definitely do that. I can imagine that's what Nomura does when he goes into the office. He's like, I have an idea for Final Fantasy 7, and then he goes into his sleeve and he pulls out this handkerchief. And he just keeps pulling and keeps pulling and keeps pulling.
It's got words written on each handkerchief.
Yeah. Just one word on each handkerchief.
Yeah, hangs it around the office. You have to read it. We're walking around the entire office.
But they're all in the wrong order. You have to put it together yourself.
And some of the words are jumbled up.
yeah, some of the letters. And he misses out words sometimes. It makes you fill in the blanks.
And he replaces
he likes
some
you to
words.
Interpret it for yourself.
He'll like jumble up a word and put an X in there.
Classic Nomura.
Oh god, what a good guy.
Oh Jesus Christ! But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Ever Crisis. But
finally a gacha game. What's the right word? Whale. I'm gonna buy some microtransactions.
Well, I was with Union Cross too. I spent 30 quid on Union Cross.
But we all have our vices, to be fair.
Yeah.
I spent
2 weekends
hundreds
back
of
to back.
pounds on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
That's just how it is sometimes. There's things that you're like, I enjoy this and I would like to pay money to be. I don't know. I really don't know. I can already tell I'm gonna spend a lot of money on Ever Crisis, and I'll probably do the same with Missing Link when it comes out. I just really fucking like it. There's something so relaxing and like nice about investing your time into a mobile game that's just there on your phone.
That's true.
And the progression, and it's also when it's a brand that you love, like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. It's like, oh, this is even better than just like Raid Shadow Legends.
That's true. I was looking for a mobile game to play like a few weeks ago, and I was so close to downloading Raid fucking Shadow Legends.
Have you ever played it before?
No.
I mean, like, people hate it, and it's because it's built to be like predatory to push microtransactions, but like obviously it's going to be.
It's a phone game.
Yeah. But there's something I enjoy about that. I don't know what it is. There's something I enjoy about the process. It's like this slow
burn progression,
Yeah.
And every time the game tries to make you spend money, you're like, no, I'm gonna do it the other way. It's gonna be even slower until you actually do spend money. You like justify it to yourself. Like, you've been playing it for a bit, and you're like, I can't spend money. I've been playing it for a few days. See if I play it for like a few weeks, and then maybe we can talk about me spending some money on it.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
Mm.
It's satisfying. So yeah, I mean, talking about stuff that I've been playing a lot recently, I wanted to talk a bit about Starfield, because I know we talked about it last episode.
And you were like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna play it just yet.
Yeah, well, I caved
into it by the hype. I caved to caving, to be fair.
I finished Spider-Man. I finished playing through Spider-Man. I was writing my script, which I'm still writing. It's long, and I was like, man, Starfield. I'm liking all the clips I'm seeing. I just want to give it a go. I want to try it myself. And I kept seeing like the fucking code that they sent me, and I was like, I just want to use it. I want to fucking redeem it, because I redeemed the code so that I claimed it, but it was sitting there in my Steam library staring at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just install it. I don't necessarily play it. I'll just install it.
That is. Once you see that game, it goes installed.
Yeah, and I just decided to give it a fucking go, and give it a play. The biggest issue so far that I've had with the PC version of this is it is fucked on Intel CPUs and Nvidia GPUs, both of which I have. It runs way better on AMD apparently. So that's a bit of a bitch. I have got it to work, and obviously like you can get it to. It's very difficult to hit 60 FPS. On PC, I can definitely see why the Xbox version is capped at 30. It makes sense because
and fucked.
And look, the thing is, the game looks really nice, but it doesn't look nice enough to run this poorly. They definitely need to patch it and optimize it better on Nvidia cards.
Yeah.
For sure, definitely, especially when I can get 60 FPS on Red Dead Redemption 2, which to me looks better than Starfield.
Yeah.
But I've got it to run. Like, I'm not a big it would have been nice to have it running at 60 FPS, but I decided what I'm gonna do is I just was like, I'm gonna settle for a lower FPS and just have try to max out more of the settings, because I found that even when I put it down to low and turned the resolution down to 1440p, it would still dip sometimes in major populated areas, and I was like, if I'm not going to get a stable 60, there's no point.
Modern video games where a game comes out. Working on it for how long? Like fucking 10 years?
I have
shit, dude.
I really have no clue what it is about it that is so intensive. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Is it all the objects that can be just sort of loose at once?
I don't know, because you could like I said, you have it on low. Like, the game, you can't even really run the game natively. It has to use FSR, and the game doesn't come with DLSS either, which is the reconstruction technology, the AI reconstruction technology that most games use these days. If you try to run Starfield at a native 4K, it just doesn't. You can't. It's not physically possible. Or even like a native, 1440p.
Starfield's off to a great start.
Which is pretty fucked up.
Are you playing it with mouse and keyboard at 30 FPS? Because that sounds disgusting.
No, I'm playing it with a controller.
Oh god, thank god.
The weird thing is, I always used to play Skyrim with a mouse and keyboard, but then I just I don't know. I think I like to sit back in my chair. I don't want to lean over my desk.
That's fair enough.
For 10 hours at a time.
Yeah.
But I will say I've got the game running. It's running at 4K. I've installed some mods to sort out performance and stabilize things. And there's also within the game first coming out, modders released a mod that allows for DLSS instead of FSR, which is really nice when you're on NVIDIA. So that's cool. And there's been some great support for it in that regard, as there always is for Bethesda games. But I've got it running at 40 FPS, a stable 40 FPS, 4K, high settings. It looks good. I'm happy with it. I played it for 20 minutes. I'd already got used to the frame rate. It looks it looks good. It looks smooth, and that's cool. But that said, that's really my only major gripe with it, because I am fucking loving it. I'm obsessed with this game. In a way, I don't think I've been obsessed with a game like this for a fucking long time.
Skyrim 2.
I have been playing it for a couple days ago I played it for 9 hours straight. The next day I played it for 8 hours straight. Today I played it for 6 hours straight. I just can't stop. It's so fucking good. And it genuinely is it gives me the same feeling that Skyrim gave me, this feeling that Fallout 4 never gave me.
No.
Of
that
just
New Vegas would have given you if you would have played that.
Yeah, we'll get there. But honestly, it's just so fucking fun. I'm loving it. It's just so good.
Everyone's shitting on it on the internet, but I always thought that it would be good, and that everyone's just being a little bit too crazy about it. Obviously, I'm disappointed about some of the aspects of it and the limits of the game and stuff, but I don't really care that much. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind not being able to fly in between planets.
Yeah,
it's kind of annoying, but who cares that much?
I think the game, when you're playing it, those things are things you don't even. I've not said to myself while playing, "Oh, I wish I could manually fly to that planet." I've just never. It just doesn't feel like something that I need.
Well, it's a little bit more about the role playing, right? Opposed to the. It's not a space sim. It's an RPG. So it's
Yeah.
It's more about the destination, not the traveling. If you want the traveling aspect, play Star Citizen. I don't know. I've never even played that game, but.
Yeah, and they simulate the travel well. If you're when you first you jump to a system, you're in the system, you scan the system, you look at the planets, you're I want to go to this planet. You click set course, and then you travel there, and you get this little cutscene where you just see the ship, flying, and then the load times are so short, and then you're there at this new location, and you're okay, now I can scan this planet, I can destroy some of these asteroids, I can do this. It just feels. It doesn't feel like it. I thought those limitations would feel so obvious, but they really don't, and I think they're masked actually quite well.
I suppose it's just people say you can fly between planets in No Man's Sky, which you can to be in the same star system, but if you want to do the actual interstellar travel or whatever it is, where it's between star systems, you pretty much have to just have a loading screen anyway. So it's not even that bad. And then you're in a new star system. And I assume that's pretty much what Starfield works like, right?
It's very similar, but also you can't speed up to the speed you can in No Man's Sky. So I don't actually know if you can physically. I think you can physically fly from one planet to another if you want to within systems.
but
it's not viable.
The planet, right?
Yeah,
it's Alana Pierce's clip where she flies to Pluto and just clips through it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't want to sit there flying for 7 hours. I don't care.
Yeah, no. It's
I don't know why she even did that.
It would be nice if it worked like No Man's Sky. That little addition to it, yeah. I'd be oh, that is cool. But playing the game, everything just feels like it works the way it's supposed to work. And it doesn't feel annoying. And the element of exploration is genuinely still fun. I spent 4 hours the other day surveying a planet because I got I picked up this mission which was to survey a planet, and I was okay, that's a good excuse for me to just land on this planet and what's going to do, and then just survey it. And the cool thing that I love about it is when you go to a planet, you scan it from space, and it'll tell you all the resources that are on that planet, how many flora and fauna that you're going to be looking for, and then you can also see all the different biomes that you can possibly land on the planet, which I think is really nice, because I was worried that the planets were going to be like, desert planet, forest planet.
That's cool. They have different biomes.
Planet.
I'm liking that.
It's really cool. Like, this one planet, it had like a hilly biome, there was a mountainous biome, like a forest, like a desert that was like closer to the equator. And every planet, well, near enough every planet will have, at the north and south pole will just be this like ice, like this icy plains area.
That's cool.
Which is very cool. And if you like, when you look at the planet from space, you can see where the coast will be. And if you land on the coastline, you can then go to the coast and you can see the ocean and stuff, and that's really cool.
Is there any I'm gonna guess there isn't, but is there any form of ocean traversal in the game?
You can swim.
No boats? No cool
boats.
alien underwater life or anything? I suppose that would be a hell of a lot to put into the game.
Yeah, I don't think you can go underwater.
To add like a Subnautica feature to the fucking game, like on top of everything that's already there.
Which is one of those things where I'm like, knowing Bethesda, sometimes they do add major like gameplay components in DLC.
Yeah.
So is
like
it possible
horse
that they, like horse armor, and hitting someone off like using a weapon while you're on a horse? I don't know actually what I was actually thinking of. I guess I was thinking of Hearthfire.
Right? Yeah. Or like I actually can't think of anything in Fallout 4.
Yeah, maybe I'm completely wrong on that. Actually, to be honest with you, maybe that was a completely false statement. But I guess I was thinking, maybe they add some land vehicles in a DLC.
Oh, there's no land vehicles at all.
No, okay. There's not. Which, to be fair, I've noticed maybe a couple times. I've thought to myself, it would be nice if I had a little like buggy that could travel.
I'm surprised there's not, like a little animal you could tame or something like that.
Yeah, or something like that. Like, that would be nice, definitely. But on the whole, I've found landing on planets and just wandering around to be quite nice. Like, you open up your scanner, you see like, oh, there's a potential structure in the distance, or there's a cave formation, or like signs of life or whatever, and you'll just like tag it and you'll just wander over to it. And on the way there, like, you're scanning the different flowers, picking up some resources, scanning different animals you find. Like, that's one of the things I've really liked about like just seeing the different wildlife. Like, I landed on this planet and I was in the desert area, and there were like these giant crickets. Ew. And I scanned a bunch of them, and as you scan them, you get different pieces of information about them, like their temperament, their the climate they like, and stuff like that. And they were nice passive herbivore guys, so they didn't hurt me. They were just, it was like this little flock of them. There was like this one giant one, and then a bunch of little baby ones, and they were just like kind of springing through the desert.
That sounds sick.
And it was just quite nice. It was just quite cool. And I set up my base, and I built like this big like landing pad and all of these different elements to it. And I built out my base with like a little like star map in it, and some crafting benches and a bed and things like that. It's just there's something about it. It's super immersive. Like, it feels so cool when you're just playing, and I think that's what gets you so lost in it.
It makes you feel like Starfield.
It makes you feel like Starfield.
It's
exactly.
like Skyrim with guns, some would say.
It is like Skyrim with guns and spaceships. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so fun. Like, the ship customization as well. When you customize your ship and like you get it the way you want, and you're like, oh, this feels cool, and then you like see it, and when you're landing and stuff, and flying around in space, and it just looks fucking awesome. Just really cool. There's been some really nice little quests and quest lines, and the faction stuff, and the way that it opens up and integrates is really cool.
Are you limited to the factions you can join, or can you just do all of them?
I'm not certain yet. I think it's a bit more. I think it's like a mix between what they do in Skyrim and what they do in Fallout, where you sort of can, but I think some of them are at odds with each other, and you can like being part of one will like lock you out of the other, or maybe they fight each other, and like one of them can come out victorious, and that faction's kind of like gone or like dwindled in numbers or whatever.
That'd make sense. That'd be like that'd be good. To have a faction removed from the world because of your actions, that's New Vegas level shit. That's the type of shit I want to see.
I think that could possibly be an outcome, but I'm not sure yet because I've not finished the faction storyline.
It would be cool if that happened though. If there was like effects on the galaxy based on your actions in a quest, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, and I will say so far I like the way they do factions, because unlike Skyrim, it's not like you don't become the leader of every single group in the world.
Oh, good.
Which is what happens in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, you join the Dark Brotherhood, you become the leader.
Everyone
you join
just
the
hands you the
Thieves Guild,
keys
you
to
join the
their
leader.
fucking ancient faction. Like, go on, have it. You join the Thieves
You
Guild, you become a fucking Nightingale, and you meet
do the
Night Mother, whatever she's called. Oh, that's
do
from
the Civil War quest
getting
and
two
like
things
kill
mixed up
Ulfric Stormcloak. If you go down that route and, like, you know, help out the Imperials, it's
It's the only right option, because Jarl Balgruuf dies if you don't do the other.
exactly. So you have to. I mean, the first time I've ever finished the Civil War quest line was my most recent replay. I usually don't do it. I usually just opt to not do that one because it just doesn't feel right for my character.
No.
Which is one of the cool things about Bethesda games. I like that aspect of, like, because there's no checklists of things, and like it's not like with Skyrim it never feels like a game where it's like, oh, I've got to 100% complete this, I've got to go to every cave, every you know, bandit camp. It's just like you pick the things you want to do and the game doesn't penalize you for it. It's like, so part of Bethesda games is not like, oh, how many quests can you do? It's like sometimes there's quests that you just say no to. Like someone offers you something, you go, my character wouldn't do that, so no, I'm not gonna do it. And I like that about it, and that's you know, that's really fun. Yeah, I think overall I'm just having a fucking blast with it.
What's the gunplay like?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. It's like, you know, Fallout 4, but probably a bit better.
Yeah.
A bit more refined.
Is
Yeah,
there,
it
like,
feels good. All the weapons have their own like different stats and
customization and stuff.
Yeah. You've got like weapon workbenches like there were in Fallout, and you have like these little research stations where you can research further developments on different elements of things. So gun customization. Outposts and stuff, like to give you more stuff you can build and make, and then that plays into the skill tree too with how that works. Like, I really love the skill tree because it's like this blend of traditional skill tree and the way that in Skyrim you like have to do the thing to level up. So but it's baked into like challenges, I guess you could say. So like with stealth, for example, you don't just crouch and do stealth. It's like you still have to get the next level in the skill tree, but to unlock the next level in the skill tree, it's like you have to use stealth. You can't just keep upgrading stealth in the skill tree with all your skill points. It's like you have to do 10 stealth takedowns or whatever, and that'll then be like, okay, now you can upgrade it because you've been using stealth.
That makes sense.
And I quite like that aspect of it.
It's a little bit better, yeah.
There's you know, it's still not like the most
crouching
deep thing
behind
ever.
Fucking Rayloff and you get like 100 sneaks.
Yeah, hitting him in the back. Yeah. So it's definitely not broken in like in that way. But it's still not like super deep, but it's fun. And I think every skill in the skill tree, it feels like it adds something meaningful to gameplay. Like there's some really cool ones in the science skill tree where it's like, oh, I can see that would change like a lot of your like aspects of like how you would go about building an outpost. If you were to learn that, and you could just choose like, oh, this is the type of play style I have, so I'll spec into this tree specifically, and I think that's, you know, that's nice. I like that.
In terms of the role playing, how does speech work, and how does speech checks work?
So it's I like the system, but it definitely like is. At times, it can be quite funny. So it works with like this persuade. So the higher level you have in your persuade stat, the more likely you'll be to get through persuasion conversations successfully. But basically, what will happen is it comes up with like this. You have a point system at the bottom. So if someone's easier to persuade, then maybe they'll have like, you've got to get 4 points. If they're harder, maybe they've got like 8 points, and you have like 3 or 4 tries to stack all those points up, and it will give you like a set of dialogue options ranging from easier to hard, and the harder the option, the more points it will give you, but the bigger risk that it won't work. And so you have to pick the ones you want to do, and obviously the higher persuade stat you have, the more risky you can be with your choices. And if you then you fill out all the points, you can convince them. If you don't, then they'll be like no, and you have to find another way, and you can't retry. So
but you can still save Scummer. Okay.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
That's never. There's never going to be avoidable, so that's fine. So, no other stats affect speech. Like, say if you have high science, you can't do a science check.
There are. Yeah. So there are also those ones too. So like if you have, depending on traits you pick at the start, or factions you join, or particular skills that you have leveled up. Like, I got one for stealth the other day where it was like, someone ask me something, and I could then respond with a stealth option.
That's cool.
That would be like, because I have a high stealth option, I can say this to them, and then that'll change where we go with the quest, sort of thing.
Okay, I'm happy about that, because I'm pretty fucking sure Fallout 4 doesn't have that.
I don't think it did at all, because Fallout 4 just has 4 options you can pick.
Yeah,
which is
where
like,
most of them are just being a cunt.
Yeah, it's like blank, sarcastic, nice, mean. Those are the 4 things you can pick. And it doesn't even tell you. It doesn't tell you what you're even saying until you click on it, and then he makes a response.
Oh, shit. Fallout 4's fucking dialogue is shit. So there's no
it genuinely is.
voiced character in Starfield, right?
No, yeah. It's like, old Bethesda.
Yes!
No voice.
Get that bullshit out of here. I can't believe they've done it. That's actually kind of crazy.
Better. Yeah, so much better. So much more depth to the conversations. You really feel like you're the character again.
Yeah, because you read the text options in your head instead of fucking listening to Troy Baker fucking doing it for you.
Yeah, exactly. You read it in your head, then you click it, and the person responds to you like you're the one that said it.
Perfect.
And it's like, that's great. I love it. It's so
absolutely
good.
Perfect.
And that's very cool. I think that the biggest, probably, I don't want to say necessarily issue, because I just think it's part of what Bethesda do, and it's like, obviously, there's a reason why a lot of people love New Vegas, and then will just shit on Bethesda stuff, because New Vegas is like really well written, so I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Whereas
really is.
Bethesda can often be a bit shallow and a bit silly, and sometimes is like, you're like, oh, that's kind of like,
I'm okay with that. Skyrim has
lacking in depth.
It's got some goofiness, and I'm fine with it. Like it's
like part of it, and it's like I'm just immersed in what I'm doing. Like I don't care. But there's like a couple quests. There was one quest that I did where, like it's just this random side quest that I stumbled across with this colony ship in space that wanted to colonize this planet, but when they got there, it was already colonized by these other people, and you had to negotiate between them and be like, hey, what are we gonna do here? And you go down to the planet and you speak to the CEO guy of this like resort. And you have like multiple options, but it essentially boils down to either you fork out the money for a new grav drive so that the colony ship can jump to another system and build their home on another planet, or you convince the colony ship that they are now indebted to the corporation and they will be enslaved for life, because that is the only way to pay off the kindness of the corporation for allowing them to settle on the planet. And I was like, well, that's not nuanced, is it? That's either you be a good guy or you be just a terrible person,
right?
And there's no in between. And it's like,
so we've gone back to the choices that are just there's a clear, obvious good and bad option, which is
which is and look, not every quest is like that. There's some quests
sure there's some
that have,
good shit. Because like
even
Fallout 3 has like nuance to it. Like, fair enough, you have Megaton, where it's like, either bomb these innocent people or don't, and it's like, well, obviously I don't want to fucking bomb them. But even Fallout 3 has some nuance to some of its choices, so, I'm sure Starfield can do it too.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some elements of it. That's like the most egregious one I think I found, where I'm like, that's classic. That's fucking
classic Bethesda. Who the fuck wrote that? Who wrote that?
Probably Todd Howard himself.
Oh, it's a really good choice. This the players are going to be racking their brains on what, because the best decisions in Bethesda games are ones where, like, you don't know which one to pick.
It's like either one could be viable.
It's like you've got to weigh up
which one to go with.
Which parts of it are positive and which parts of it are negative, and how that relates to the other decision, and what you get out of that one. And those are the best decisions, where you're like, fuck, like I don't know what to fucking do. Yeah,
for sure. And I think one of the coolest examples of that was with the faction quest I'm doing for this faction called the Crimson Fleet. I ended up in that faction quest line like completely by mistake. Because I like committed crimes or whatever and had a bounty, and then I got picked up by the police on a planet, and then the guy who runs like the like UC system defense was like, look, you've been doing crimes and we're gonna let you off the hook as long as you work for us to infiltrate this like faction. So I get to play that faction's quest line, but it's from the perspective of being like a double agent.
That's sick. So you could find that quest naturally and play it normally.
Yeah. And you can play it without exactly.
That's really cool.
And it's
the
way that it triggers is just different, and then the context of it is different. And I like that, but it also gives you this feeling of like, well, I want to do what these people like want, because I want to get off the hook for this bounty, and like it seems like they're doing the right thing. But then you join up with this faction, you're like, these guys are kind of cool. Like There's, there might be criminals, but like they're kind of cool guys, and I like the people that are in it. And then you're like, should I betray them and like
you go native.
keep reporting back on them, or am I gonna like end up joining them and turn on the people that I was originally working for? Like,
that's cool. I like that.
That's been quite a good experience that I'm going through just right now, which has been fun.
That is cool. It sounds like a really fun game. I'm excited to play it. I may end up playing it a little bit before Christmas. Still don't have any plans to play it soon, but I will get around to it for sure. Of course, I can't not play Starfield. It's fucking Bethesda.
It's great fun, and I think it's I've only played 2 main quests in my 30 hours so far. I did the introductory quest, and then the next quest just after that, which then unlocks like a bunch of other stuff, and then I just went off and fucked off, and I've not gone back to the main quest since.
Like a shit made quest with Bethesda.
A lot of people have said it's Bethesda's best main quest they've done.
Damn.
It's like genuinely really interesting.
I suppose the bar isn't very high.
It's not very high, no. It's like, I guess, what's their best? What do people consider their best? Like Oblivion, I guess? I don't know, I've not played it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Morrowind, probably.
Maybe.
I don't know, I've not played it either. People say Morrowind is great, but again, you can never tell whether they're saying... It's like rare when someone says, this Bethesda game is great, they're talking about the main story. Like, no one ever thinks about that.
Yeah, I think...
Like, Skyrim's is pretty
Skyrim.
iconic. It's not good, like, it's iconic. But
but it's definitely not the best part of that game.
No, not by a long shot.
Not by any
means. And 4's is shit.
Yeah,
like, just overall
really
pretty shit. Like, I can't think of anything I really like about it.
Yeah, 3's is pretty shit
3's
too.
is pretty abysmal, I don't remember it. It's got the shittest ending ever as well.
Yeah, it's got that fucking terrible... Yeah.
So it's not a very high bar, but fair play. I'll commend them on, doing better, because that's good,
Yeah. I think what I will say about Starfield after 30 hours, just to wrap up this section, is that I think that it's definitely not my favourite Bethesda game, because, Skyrim, I think it's going to be difficult, because Skyrim came out at just the right time. It was the first one I really got... Well, Fallout 4 was the first one Fallout 3, was the first one I got really invested in. But there's something about Skyrim. Like, there's just something about Skyrim. It's just every vibe is perfect. It's just this game that just oozes personality. And Starfield does too. And I think I would say, if I were to look at them objectively, I think Starfield is maybe the best game they've ever made.
Ooh.
But it's not my favourite game they've ever made.
Because Skyrim's been with us for so long, and it's been culturally relevant for so long that it's impossible to dethrone it.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be people that will obviously be like, well, no, you look back at Daggerfall, you look back at Morrowind, and the depth to the RPG mechanics. I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But I think in terms of what modern Bethesda does, I guess you could say,
that's
true. It feels like a blending of their mechanics. It feels like a combination of everything they've learned. And that doesn't mean they go back to their complete, pure RPG roots, but it does mean there's a lot of that DNA in there, layered with, the action stuff from Fallout 4 and the more streamlined and sort of, I guess you could say casual elements that were introduced in Skyrim, the way that leveling works, stuff like that.
Yeah. Which
and
I
think it just is a really good blend of it. And I just think it probably is the best game I think they've made, probably.
Fair play.
Even if it's not my personal favourite.
I'm looking forward to diving in, but I just need to make sure that all my other loose ends are tied up before I dedicate myself to Starfield, because I will end up playing it for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, it's fucking great. But that's it. That's Starfield. That's my current verdict on Starfield.
Pretty positive, I think.
Yeah, pretty fucking positive.
Be sure.
Yeah, all right. Well, we've got a couple other topics we can go through. Should we start with the dreams? The updates on dreams?
I think we should. I think there's only one, right?
There are 2. There's a second one that we got 3 hours ago from Exile AC.
Oh, just in fucking time.
Whose channel I clicked on, and he makes AC news content.
Yo, the next generation of AC news content.
He's got one called, and I'm sorry for bullying you here, the Exile AC. Assassin's Creed Mirage is what we have been waiting for. Speaking yourself,
for
I guess.
15 years.
We've been waiting. I did. When AC1 came out, I've been waiting. I've just been waiting, and Mirage is what I've been waiting for. It's finally here.
God
it's
damn
finally
it! I waited
here.
for so long.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's good to see people still making AC.
But no, yeah,
news content.
people making AC stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's funny because like we made this sort of stuff for fucking
yeah.
Origins
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Valhalla and like.
That's why it's
You
funny.
know.
We're not saying your content's bad. I've never watched one of your
No,
videos
no,
in my
no.
life.
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure it's
but
good AC
yeah,
news
it's-
content.
Yeah. For people that are into that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone go
Right.
subscribe to the Exile AC.
Yeah, if you want, the number one source for AC news.
Yeah, almost on 10K.
It's not fucking Founded Scarab with his clickbait.
Yeah, ridiculous. And you know he's based because he watches the Horsey and Fox podcast. So
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, if you're hyped for AC Mirage, I mean, first go get a brain scan, but second of all, check out this guy.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Based gamer, Exiliac,
Sure.
or Exile AC. Sorry, Exiliac. Sounds like a fucking
That's-
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That's his name, Exiliac.
I play Exiliac.
No, it's all over.
I'm gonna jump off this building, Yugi,
If you beat me in this duel, I'll kill myself.
in front of my younger brother. It literally is. I swear. his
You wouldn't
younger
cause
brother
a
could see him.
suicide, Yugi.
You wouldn't steal a handbag, Yugi.
You wouldn't steal a Blue Eyes, but I would.
You fucking would. From an old man.
Your grandpa's dying
Defenseless
hands.
old man. Oh, I love that scene in Yu-Gi-Oh as well,
Oh.
where Grandpa's not even dead, but he shows up as a ghost.
Yeah, that's what he's dueling Kaiba for the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's in hospital after he lost a duel. And he shows up as a ghost to help Yuki win.
ghost.
Reminds me of the Heart of the Cards.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
What a good show. All right, dreams.
Yes, dreams. Okay, shall we start with Exile ACs and then move on to Berkeries?
Yeah. We'll do
I
that.
don't know why Exile has written this in single lines
It's like
and
it's a
then
poem.
he's like hit the enter button twice.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just yeah, it's all just separate. Maybe they're all
It looks
separate
great.
sentences.
It looks great.
Um,
They're all separate dreams.
They're all separate dreams. Yeah, maybe. All right, I'll read this one and then you can read Berkeries one.
Okay.
Okay, so Exile AC says, Dream! Okay, boys, I hope you're prepared, because this one, it was fueled by pure insanity. So for the first thing I can remember, I was falling. And I'm not talking dream falling, where it's more akin to a float. I was plummeting at what felt like the speed of a plane. As I break through cloud, I start to be able to pick out certain detail in the landscape hurtling toward me. I'm in Skyrim. I feel a mixture of senses. One being the affirmation that I'm a complete fucking nerd. The other being that of impending doom. I start vigorously flapping my arms as if I'm a bird. Sure, that'll work, you shithead. I hit the ground the same way you would do in Spider-Man 3. All very comical.
What, the game? The video game?
Well, not the movie.
The way you do in Spider-Man 3, the movie. Yeah, okay, that doesn't make sense. It's gotta be the game.
I always hit the ground when I'm watching Spider-Man 3.
I'm constantly, it's just a whiplash from how fucking terrible it is.
The movie forces you to hurtle to the floor.
Forces you to the
speed
ground.
of a plane.
Spider-Man 3 forces me to the ground. Whenever I
You turn
watch
it on and you're like, oh no, it's happening again!
Tobey Maguire, he got his hands on me.
Tobey Maguire has his hands on me. As I stand up and dust myself down, I look up to see a Skyrim giant plodding towards me at an exponential speed.
Shit.
Exponential.
That's not what you
He
want.
just, with every step, he gets quicker. Oh fuck, I think to myself. Not before long, I'm launched back into the sky at breakneck speed, no pun intended. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if my astral neck was in fact broken by the way the giant lobbed his club at me. As I fly back into the sky and pierce the clouds, I notice a plethora of floating platforms. No, George, these aren't the floating platforms found in Sonic Frontiers, you can relax. Somehow, don't ask me, I grab onto the talons of those flying, gliding creatures from Jedi Survivor. My second affirmation that I need to get outside and touch more grass. The creature sends me onto one of the platforms in the sky. I look around. Nah, you've got to be kidding me. I'm in the virtual world from the Spy Kids 3D movie. So basically, everything looks like a PS2 CGI cutscene with a Y2K inspired vision of what they thought the future would be like.
Amazing.
I see a figure approach me from a dark alleyway next to a cyberpunk-esque Tesco. That would go so hard, actually. That'd be sick.
Need to make more cyberpunk games in England.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm like a deer in headlights. I can't move an astral limb. I'm paralyzed. I want so desperately to look away from the silhouette of the man that brings such a feeling of dread, yet I feel that if I did look away, something much worse would happen. As the ominous man draws nearer and nearer to my position, I muster the courage to shout something. Show yourself, you freak, I say, in a humorous manner. Ah, but you know my face well, do you not? Replies the dark figure. I bet James or George read that in an Assassin's Creed accent, like they always seem to do, much to my amusement. Okay, I'll be honest with you. In my head, I did read that like, and I think he meant like Abel, but in my head, I read it like Baptism of Fire.
Ah, but you know my face well, do you not? What do they call each other again?
Drenger.
Blood-soaked Drenger. It is
but you know my face well, do you not? Drenger. Wolfka, so good to see you. God, that game is such a fever dream.
Such a piece of shit.
At that, he steps into the neon light. It's none other than the actor Elijah Wood.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, no way. Now, you might be thinking that it must be the character that Wood played in the Spy Kids 3D movie.
That would
yeah,
make
I
sense.
He was in there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would make sense, right? Well, yes, it would, but dreams are seldom logical. This is Frodo Baggins from the Shire. All of a sudden, I'm Samwise Gamgee. It's just instant. From this point onwards, I just know that I'm Sam. Dreams are so weird. Shaking my head.
They are.
From this point onwards, Frodo and I are tasked with delivering the ring to Mount Doom. Now, I won't bore you both too much with the rest of my dream. A lot of it's walking and dealing with incessantly annoying creature who helps guide us to Mordor. Suffice to say, this is one of the most eventful dreams I've ever had. 10 out of 10 on the dream rating score. Would dream again. P.S. James, love the bot video. George, can't wait for the Sonic video. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys have been great inspiration when it comes to video essays of my own.
Hey.
Thank you,
what
man.
What can I say? We are great muses.
Although I'd say you're a liar because you're making AC Mirage content, so you can't be that good at inspirations.
Well, we inspired that part of it, and you'll eventually get to the point. You'll get to the point where you want to switch genre of video, and you realise Assassin's Creed fans are ravenous. And they only want one thing.
They only want one thing.
You have to reinvent your life and go through months of depression. Oh, it's going to be so fun.
Yes, you're going to struggle, you're going to feel like shit, you're going to feel inadequate even 6 years later. You're going to put out a video and no one's going to click on it because your sub count is ridiculously, disgustingly inflated from all the AC content you made. And you're going to feel completely just demoralized.
It's so good. It's such
but that's
a good
okay,
pipeline.
you've still got all that to come.
That shows that you're a strong-minded individual, though, you know?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, you know, only the strongest among us
among us
are able to brave the AC to regular gaming content creation pipeline and come out the other end.
It shows
most people don't do it.
Exactly.
And you might relapse. You know, you might relapse,
and that's okay.
But you might still come out the other end.
Exactly.
Stronger for it.
It's the man or woman that you are on the other side that matters. You know.
Exactly.
And that's up to you to decide who that is. Thanks for the dream. It was great. I appreciate it. Send more in if you have more. Send more in. Yeah. For
sure. If you have more, or if you never have another dream again,
just make one up.
I guess. Yeah, just make one up. It seems like that's what people do anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So we won't know.
Okay,
yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. All right, Mercury, yes.
This is
so
a
excited.
sequel to, well, it's not going to be related in any way to the one from last episode, but it's a spiritual successor.
Yes, to that previous dream, which was fucking incredible.
It was mental.
Genuinely one of the best things we've ever read.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Okay, here we go. Burkery373 comments, dream segment. James is in this. It's quite a statement. It's like a threat.
He entered twice and then put James is in this and then hit enter twice again before typing out the box.
For the dramatic effect. Okay, here we go. In this dream, I had just arrived in Washington, D.C. and was on my way to the Batman Hotel. Wait, is that from the last dream?
Is this pickup with the last one? Was that the DC
Hotel
sequel room?
Yeah, the DC Hotel. Yeah, that's it.
It was a Batman hotel.
Yeah, and I think I said last episode it's a Batman-themed room or whatever, or some stupid shit. I found myself
Okay.
there, as it's a dream and I don't remember walking. I opened the door and inside looked like the Batcave from the Christopher Nolan trilogy. I walked 5 minutes and opened a random door, and there was a cage match happening between Daniel Radcliffe and Nico Omilana. Who is that? Nico, I'm gonna have to Google this shit already. Omilana?
Is it like a
Is it
fighter?
like a boxer, like a UFC?
Oh no, it's that
fighter?
guy.
Could
He's a
be.
YouTuber. I know him.
Why shit hasn't even loaded
Have you
yet.
googled him? Do you
Oh,
recognize
yeah.
it? Oh right, fuck.
That's just
Yeah.
couldn't write this.
I've seen.
For some reason,
Yeah, I've seen him. He does some funny stuff. He did that one where he went to he like the leader of the KKK, and he like did a prank on him, pretending that he was like doing a genuine news story on him. I just asked him a bunch of like really fucking stupid questions to make him look like an idiot. It was funny. Yes. He's fighting Daniel Radcliffe in a cage match.
Daniel Radcliffe was as fat as Nikocado Avocado, or about two
Oh my god.
Justin Trudeau. Who's that?
Prime Minister of Canada.
Okay, I just
Right.
imagine a fat man. A big fat man. Nikocado Avocado is a good.
Yeah.
That's a good reference point. Why did he give us two
Yeah.
metrics for the fatness of Daniel Radcliffe?
Justin Trudeau isn't even fat.
Just two of him.
He's just a regular man.
So he's double the size of a regular
Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe is either the size of a really fat man or two regular men.
Okay.
That's the metric. We've
Perfect.
got.
After Omilana got sent to the Shadow Realm, a person tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to do the pre-fight interview for the next fight. I asked who was fighting. He said it was James the W. Wilford versus 2017 James Wilford.
I love that he's definitely been watching us for all this time and he thinks my surname is Wilford.
It's James the W. Wilford versus 2017 James Wilford. Oh god. Fucking hell.
I'm gonna legally change my name to Wilford.
Oh god.
So funny. It's just one letter that's wrong.
It
It's
just
so
sounds
funny.
amazing.
Oh god.
I said sure, and then I walked around Wilford. He said hour of his plot. That being, and so it is only up there. I then went around and tried to talk to 2017 James Wilford, but he was eating a lamb shank and didn't acknowledge my presence. I then told the guy who asked me to do this that I was done with the interview, as I was with my diss track on Liam Gilmore. And then he got Bruce Buffer. What the fuck? And then he got Bruce Buffer and we started the fight.
Bruce
What
Buffer?
do you mean?
Let me have a look. Who's Bruce Buffer? Oh, the fight announcer for the UFC.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So the other one that's not Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I guess.
Current James went in as tentatively as Louis the 16th on his wedding day. Who the fuck is that? Is that that's a monarch
King.
of France, right?
Yeah.
I need
What
to
happened on
Google
his
this.
wedding day that makes this joke funny?
I don't know.
Louis the
16th.
16th.
Last king of France before the fall of the monarchy. Okay.
Yeah, they cut his
Wedding
head
day.
off.
What happened on his wedding day? He married Marie Antoinette. Got married by
Yeah.
proxy in Vienna. However, the official wedding and its celebrations took place a month later. But what happened? He married Marie Antoinette, and that's why he was.
Maybe he was just nervous because it was his wedding
He was
day.
tentative. He was tentative on his wedding day.
There is absolutely nothing to do with it being Louis the 16th. It just because he was getting married, he was nervous. I don't know.
Okay. Current James went in as tentatively as Louis XVI on his wedding day, but 2017 James assumed a karate stance which would be almost woke for him.
What does that mean?
2023 James rushed forward faster than me and my friends when I see Liam Gilmore alone in the park. He started swinging like a madman, tagging 2017 James a few times, but 2017 James rolled on one of his punches and sent an overhand clean on Jemez the W. Wilford's chin, knocking him out cold. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
20-year-old James is a crazy guy.
That's mental.
Every applauded and congratulated 2017 James for his spectacular win over himself. After that, I did the post-fight interview, which was current James crying and 2017 James not acknowledging my existence. I then started wandering around again and found Elon Musk role-playing Batman or something, and I just left, and then I found a room full of cloning tanks with Tylers in them. I found a journal on a desk and it said that he was made to counteract the Joker's laughing gas back during World War II, and so he is physically incapable of laughter good jokes. What is this bollocks? This is no longer a dream anymore. This is a fucking... This is a trip. I then freed all of the Tylers and they followed me. I then found Liam Gilmore trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, but me and my army of Tylers stopped him. I then said farewell to my Tylers. They skedaddled away. I finally found my room and I started to watch the news, and they said Phil Spencer had won the 2023 presidential election, and the dream ended. Is this better than writing in a conventional style? Because Ryan Reynolds is low-key sexy, and any straight man would be gay for him. That's better than any conventional prose you could write in.
I love the way you write.
Oh god, the Liam Gilmore lore goes deep.
Yeah, I wonder, it must be someone he knows in real life.
It's gotta be.
And he must just like have a big issue with him.
Because Liam Gilmore is not a dude. Like, I've googled it now. It's a character. Oh yeah, it's a character from Hollyoaks.
Yeah, it's a character from Hollyoaks. But other than that,
imagine coming up with the names of characters from a soap. Like, you just come up with a character name and it's Liam Gilmore, like the most standard name you ever heard in your entire life. Oh god. Thank you so much, Berkery. If you have any more dreams in the backlog, be sure to write them down and send them in, because that shit was fucking mental. And if Liam Gilmore shows up in any more of your dreams, make sure to tell him to fuck off, because we hate Liam Gilmore around here, around these parts.
We do. Fuck Liam Gilmore.
If you listen to this podcast, Liam Gilmore, fuck you. I hate you.
Yeah, fuck you, Liam Gilmore. What the fuck? I have no idea who this guy is. Alright.
Okay. I have 4 articles and 4 videos. I'm going to copy and paste them.
Let's fucking go.
In the Discord chat. We'll do the articles first, you know.
Okay.
Get that out the way. And then we'll do the videos, which are pretty short actually. There's one more video I'm gonna paste in there.
We're doing Found the Docks Hole.
Yeah, boy. Okay. Articles. Let's scroll up. There we go. Okay. I'll read out the titles, as is standard. The first one is Nebraska driver pulled over after bull spotted in passenger seat. Wait. Wait!
What?
We reacted to this video last week.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Did we not?
No.
Did we not do this at some point?
No, you must have watched it on your own or with someone else.
Or at work? Okay, it's fine.
I've never seen it. Okay,
cool. I was afraid for a second then. Yeah, Nebraska driver pulled over after bull spotted in passenger seat.
Nice.
The second one is live worm found in woman's brain.
Oh my god.
3 is cat travels over 500 miles trapped in car grill.
What? Jesus.
It's pretty mental. And the 4th one is Swan brings small town traffic to a standstill. So it's all animals, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best kind of news.
Yeah, so we'll do the first one. Nebraska driver pulled over after huge bull spotted in passenger seat. Driver Lee Meyer has driven the vehicle in parades throughout the region for many years. It features a modified design where half of the windshield and roof have been taken out to create a space for his bull, known as Howdy Doody, to ride along.
Oh my god.
Police in the Police in the US state of Nebraska responded to a bizarre emergency call after a bull was seen riding shotgun in the front passenger seat of a car. Norfolk police...
That's what shotgun is. Why does it say shotgun in the front passengers? Like, that is what shotgun is.
I actually don't know what that means.
It's one or the other. Why are you saying
Who wrote
both?
this article?
You can't ride shotgun in any other seat.
Fucking idiot. Let's go to her Twitter and harass her for being a fuck. Okay, sorry. Norfolk Police Captain Chad Raymond said officers quickly located the modified Ford Crown Victoria sedan with the animal riding shotgun along the primary highway as it entered the city of approximately 24,000 individuals on Wednesday morning. We didn't have a full understanding of it until we saw it, said Mr. Riemann. Owner Lee Myers has driven the vehicle in parades throughout the region for many years. Half of its windshield and roof have been taken out to create space for his Watusi bull, known as Howdy Doody, to join him. A yellow metal cattle gate functions as a replacement for the passenger side door, enabling Howdy Doody to be securely tied up. Adding to the unique features, a pair of longhorns acts as an ornament on the vehicle's hood. Well, excuse me. It wouldn't go far without being noticed for sure, Mr. Ryman added. Video footage of the traffic stop recorded by News Channel Nebraska quickly gained traction online. During a parade in Burwell, a sign fixed to Mr. Myers' car proudly proclaimed Howdy Doody's remarkable ride had secured the title of the best car entry in Nebraska's big rodeo parade. Mr. Ryman said that Mr. Meyer personally told him about transporting Howdy Doody using a suitable trailer for the previous parade, which raises questions about the decision to load the bull into his car on Wednesday and drive the 36-mile journey from his Nellie home to Norfolk. Norfolk? Why did I pronounce it like that? Norfolk. The police captain... Norfolk. I literally pronounced it like an American.
Well, it is in America, so...
That's true, maybe that's how they pronounce it.
Maybe that's it.
Because they're not going to be going Norfolk, are they? They're going to be going Norfolk.
Maybe.
The police captain clarified... Oh, fuck, I clicked off of it. No!
Oh, no.
Here we go. I'm back. Luckily, I only just booted up my computer, so it functions at a normal pace. The police captain clarified that Mr. Meyer wasn't en route to a parade during the traffic stop. He was just having a nice joyride with his bull, with Howdy Doody. Although Mr. Meyer was unavailable when contacted on Thursday morning as he didn't answer his home phone, his wife, Rhonda, who was present during the traffic stop and captured the video, provided insight. Speaking to Norfolk's US 92 radio station, she said Howdy Doody had been Mr. Meyer's friend and buddy ever since he got him 8 or 9 years ago. Videos of Mr. Meyer chauffeuring Howdy Doody around town are easily accessible online from as far back as 2017 and 2019. Miss Meyer added that Howdy Doody is now an integral part of their family, but admitted she wasn't always entirely enthusiastic about the amount her husband spent on the bull over the years. The amount of money he spent on this whole darn project between the car and the bull, I could have had a brand new kitchen, Mrs. Meyer said. Oh God. Mr. Raymond said there were clearly some traffic violations related to Mr. Meyer's car, but the officer let him off with a warning as long as he turned around and took Howdy Doody home. We've never dealt with anything quite like that before, Mr. Ryman said.
Oh my God.
There is a video of him driving along with the bull.
Let's watch the video.
I got a fucking ad. Are you shitting me? Oh, it's fucking Jamie Lannister telling me about L'Oreal Paris Men Expert.
Oh wow.
If you use this shampoo, you too can fuck your sister all night long.
You sounded more like Ben Stark than
Who's that?
Voice actor for Clive.
Oh yeah, it's me, Mario.
I fucking love him.
He's such a cool guy. All right, okay. Are you ready to play the video?
Mhm.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. Look at it.
You're looking funnier in motion.
That's so dangerous. This is not okay.
It's so dangerous, and not just for other people on the road
But
and
for the
for
bull.
like the car, but for the bull.
Poor Howdy Doody.
Yeah.
Get him a
You
trailer, bro.
You have to. He literally has one. He literally said.
True.
Last time he transported him in a trailer. What happened to the trailer?
He just wants his mate in the in shotgun.
Listen to the radio. God, he must have been so scared.
Yeah, and like, oh God, look at it driving. But like, imagine
Just standing there.
the flies flying into its eyes and shit as it's driving along. Like, we have a windshield for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like you're going at like any faster than like 20, and like your eyes are watering. Like, you can't blink, you can't open your eyes. I mean, you seem alright, but like, I don't know. Doesn't seem
Jesus.
right.
The car is leaning to one side.
Yeah.
As it would be. There is a bull in the passenger seat.
Yeah, it's a big. That sedan is not made for that weight. All right.
Who allowed? That must be illegal.
But yeah, he got let off with a warning.
That's. I mean.
God
fair
forbid he
enough,
was a
I
black
guess.
man.
Yeah, no, he would have been shot.
He would have been fucking. He would have been fucking grenaded.
Yeah. Howdy Doody would be dead too.
Yeah. Howdy
Yeah.
Doody would have been collateral damage. And
They'd have placed a C4 on his car
They
and
would've.
detonated it.
They fucking would have. Fucking mental.
Yeah.
Right. So next article. Live worm found in woman's brain in world first discovery. The
Wow.
64-year-old English woman who was living in Australia had an MRI scan which revealed a parasitic roundworm was living in her brain. A woman who was experiencing forgetfulness and depression had an 8-centimeter long parasitic roundworm removed from her brain.
Was it because of the worm, or is that just not connected? Well,
There's a
maybe we'll
chance.
find
I mean,
out.
it's a worm in her brain. It's got to be
Yeah,
pretty
that's true.
depressing.
Was it going? Was it just on her brain,
It's
or was it
whizzing
in
around.
it? Was it going like? Did it slither from one side of her brain to the other? That's
guess we'll
actually
find out.
I hate that.
It
I
is
hate that
horrible,
fucking
right?
thought. How to fucking get there? Okay, carry on.
She could think negative thoughts and the worm would get offended by it. She could just think "fuck you" and the worm would be like, "Oh fucking hell, man."
She should have just thought "dead worm" over and over and
And the
over.
worm
again.
was like, "I ain't dying, mate. I'm a fucking Aussie worm, mate." The 64-year-old Englishwoman who was living in New South Wales, Australia, was admitted to hospital in January 2021 after 3 weeks of abdominal pain and diarrhea, followed by a dry cough and night sweats. By 2022, her symptoms had evolved to include forgetfulness and depression, prompting medical professionals to refer her to Canberra Hospital. An MRI scan of her brain revealed that a motile helminth, a parasitic roundworm, was living in the right frontal lobe lesion of her brain.
Dude, I hate this. I hate this so. It's so horrible.
Surgical
Oh my God.
intervention became the only option, and doctors successfully removed the roundworm, which measured 8 centimeters in length and 1 millimeter in diameter.
Oh god.
The neurosurgeon behind the surgery, Dr. Harry Priyabandi, spoke to Sky News describing the case as a mystery when it was first presented to her team. After the scan was performed, Dr. Bandy explained how a distinct abnormality was present in her brain, which was rapidly changing over time. She added, "It was certainly different to textbooks of parasites in the brain, and no one had seen anything similar to this case. It was moving."
Oh god.
During the surgery, Dr. Bandy used forceps to lift the unknown entity from the brain and said, "To my shock, there was a linear, wiggling red line. We could see it was moving. It was surprising for us, and not what we're used to at all when we do such planned surgery, but it was an answer to this woman who had been suffering for so long." The woman was pleased to receive an explanation for her symptoms, according to the neurosurgeon, who added that treatments were available despite the rarity of the case. The worm's fate. Doctor, why is that like a title in the fucking article?
Why is it a subheading? Okay.
The worm's fate.
my
Dr.
God.
Bandy said it was looked at by an infectious diseases specialist immediately after removal, as well as a veterinary scientist who said, "That looks so red." distinct of a nematode or roundworm. I love how this specialist looked at it and was like, that looks really red. Fucking hell.
That's the quote. That's the quote they took. They didn't say anything else.
That was the best quote they could find out of
I
what
love
the
that.
scientist
I love
said.
that the distinct of a nematode or roundworm wasn't said by the scientist. That
No.
was the
That
the
was in the
journalist
article.
took that one for themselves.
The scientist was like, that's fucking red as shit.
They just wanted to let us know they're smarter than a scientist
Oh,
because
God.
they figured out what it being red meant.
That's amazing. The worm was taken to the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation in Canberra, where it was still rapidly moving, and in 3 days' time it was still wiggling quite happily. It was then sliced for genetic typing.
Oh,
Identified as a third-stage larva of an Ophidascaris robertsi nematode species, the case is unprecedented in medical history and has been documented in the Journal of Emerging Infectious Diseases. Typically, this parasite worm lives in the digestive tracts of carpet pythons, indigenous to Australian state of New South Wales. Medical professionals suspect the woman inadvertently digested the worm's eggs by eating edible grasses that were tainted with snake feces. However, the actual
What?
case cannot be confirmed.
what?
Yeah, I don't
Why
know
would
what she was
be
fucking doing
that?
eating grass, but I mean, fair enough. She needs to be mates with Howdy Doody, and they can both go eat grass together in the fields of England. Oh no, it wasn't England, it was Nebraska, right?
Yeah, Nebraska, Norfolk, Nebraska, not to be confused with Norfolk, England.
Yeah. After the eggs hatched within her body, medics believe the larvae embarked on a journey to her brain. This could have been influenced by the medication she was taking, which compromised her immune system. We hypothesized that she inadvertently consumed eggs, either directly from the vegetation or indirectly by contamination of her hands or kitchen equipment, the medics said.
That's terrifying. That's a thing that can happen. What?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Always wash your hands. Always wash your hands, folks. Never forget. Otherwise, you
Exactly.
could have a worm in your brain.
And you don't want a worm in your brain. 'Cause
You don't
it's
want a
so
worm in
red.
your brain.
You don't want a red worm in your brain.
Yeah,
alright?
it does look so red. I've heard from experts.
The expert that wrote this article. Ordeal began in 2021 with evolving symptoms. The woman's ordeal began in January 2021 when she was admitted to hospital in Canberra. Despite comprehensive tests, the results of her numerous medical tests remained inconclusive. Eventually, she received a diagnosis of pneumonia originating from an undisclosed source and was prescribed steroids. Although her condition initially showed signs of improvement, she found herself readmitted to the hospital a few weeks later, plagued by a fever and an unrelenting cough. Doctors suspected the presence of T-cell driven by hyperioxinophilic. Why do they
Yeah, I don't
name
know.
shit like this? There's no point. Syndrome. A condition that can be life-threatening, characterized by the immune system going into an overdrive. To address this, she was administered immunosuppressing medication as part of her treatment. A CT scan also unveiled multiple troubling findings, including pulmonary... I don't care about all this shit. I just want to hear about the worm. I don't care about her fucking symptoms.
Yeah, I don't care about her medical conditions. I only care about the worm medical conditions.
Honestly. Medical experts emphasize the significance of ongoing monitoring as studies on rats have demonstrated that the worm's eggs can endure within the body for over 4 years. But they added that while the species of worm had been known to infect animals' digestive systems, it had not been discovered in the brain of any species before. So why the fuck was it in her brain? The medic said that while the particular worm in question is exclusive to Australia, there are similar species located in other parts of the world, suggesting the potential for further occurrences in the future. They also emphasized the case underscored the persisting danger of zoonotic diseases transmitted between humans and animals. Zoonotic diseases which transfer from animals to humans are frequently mentioned as potential triggers for pandemics. Yeah, I'm looking at you, China's meat market. Fucking ruining our lives for like 3 years.
Man, that's fucked though.
That is crazy. That's wild.
Do you think when they said they knew what the problem was, they told her, or do you think they told her after they removed it? Because I would want to know after. Lie to me first.
Yeah.
Just tell me it's something
Tell
in
me
my
I've got
brain and I need
cancer
brain
first.
surgery or
like,
something.
I'd rather you tell me that than there's a worm in my brain eating my brain.
If you just say, look, you've got a tumor in your brain. We can remove it and it will solve the problem completely. We can do surgery, just like, you know.
I
And they'll be
suppose
like,
they're obligated
sweet,
to tell you
yeah.
what's wrong, though.
Yeah, I suppose they are. They can't actually lie.
They're probably under
But-
oath.
God, I would rather you lied to me than tell me there is a
Yeah.
worm moving around in my brain. That would freak me the fuck out. Unless you can do the surgery that second right there and then, don't fucking tell me that.
Yeah.
Because then I've got to go home, I'm going to have to sleep, and you know how the fucking NHS is. I might not be in for surgery for another 12 years.
That's true,
So like, I'm going to have
that's
to deal
true.
with that fucking worm in my brain.
And
Oh,
he's like
God.
whispering all sorts of things to you, like worm-related things you don't understand.
Yeah, he's like, get on the floor and roll.
Yeah. He's like, oh, go into your garden.
That's why I was forced to the ground when I was watching Spider-Man 3. It was the worm in my brain telling me to
Maybe
do these things.
The worm has been with her all along, because why the fuck was she eating grass in the first place?
Yeah, what the hell? Maybe she did it as a child, and the worm's been in her brain for all that time.
All these years.
Yeah.
The worm is just the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, 60 years later, the worm finally comes out.
Also, there is a video, but it's not very good. It's just like two people talking. It's not
Oh,
like the
okay.
worm wriggling around in like a tube or they should have filmed that. That would have been way better.
Yeah, they should have filmed
Like a
the worm
test
in the
tube with a worm in it, just wiggling rapidly.
I'm sure if anybody wants to see a worm in a test tube, you can just search it up on YouTube, worm in a
That's
test
true,
tube,
you
and just
can do that.
pretend it's that worm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next article. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to do the recommended. We may have to
Alright,
save
we'll
that for next
we'll
episode.
Save it. Yeah, we'll save it. Let's
Yeah,
save
we'll-
it.
we'll do the
because
articles.
Ideally, these podcasts should alternate segments,
Yeah.
so we
that's
don't do
true.
the same segments every episode. So we could do, well, you know what? I'm saying it here now. I will do Patreon topics every other episode.
Yeah.
So we can do, next week we'll do recommended Patreon, then like we'll do alternate between Foxhole and
That
Dreams
works.
or
And whenever
something.
new game news comes out, we can chat about that as well. It's great. It's a
Yeah,
great system we've got
perfect.
going.
Perfect. We figured it out. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Let's do Cat.
Yeah. Cat travels over 500 miles trapped in Welsh taxi's grill for days. Taxi driver
God.
Tom Hutchings believes the cat travelled at least 500 miles after it got stuck in his vehicle's grill. A cat gave a taxi driver quite the shock after travelling over 500 miles trapped in his vehicle's grill. Tom Hutchings, 32, from... Oh, it's some fucking Welsh name. Tony Fel Ronda Sinon Taff. He's from there.
Who named that?
Told Sky News he jumped a mile when he discovered the cat. The next 10 minutes was me trying to figure out how to get the cat out, he said. I still to this day can't understand how he got in there. Mr.
Blind
Hutchings believes the cat travelled over 500 miles, and that's only on the morning it was discovered. Me and the missus were working it out the other day. Probably just over 500 miles, he explained. It's really scary to think it could have been in there for days. Just that day in particular, I'd been back and forth. Bristol, Lunelli, and up into the valleys. Mr. Hutchings only set up Tommy's taxis in the last couple of months, and he said it was crazy something like this had happened already. I don't think these things happen very often, he said. The cat was quite stressed out during the attempt to rescue her from inside the grill, and she was clawing away at Mr. Hutchings' hand. Gizmo, the cat, was quite happy when she was finally freed. She climbed onto my shoulder when I got her out, Mr. Hutchings added. Gizmo was Miskin. What? What the fuck am I on about? What? Gizmo was from Miskin, around 10 miles from Tonyfale in South Wales. I can't read that fucking name. I hadn't been to Miskin in weeks, so it's not like I'd gone there and it's jumped in, Mr. Hutchins said. I hadn't been there in ages, so I have no idea how it got in my car. I spoke to the vets afterwards, and that's when they told me the name. They told me the name, and it had been missing for a week. The owner was very thankful and happy to be reunited with their feline friend.
That's mental.
And there's a video of little Gizmo at the
Let's
top.
have a look at that. Let's have a look at that.
It's fucking shit ad. Can't fucking believe giving me ads to read the news, bro. This is
I think
breaking
mine's
news from
buffering. I think
22nd
I
of
have-
August.
I think I have ad blocker on, to be honest. I think that's why I'm not getting any ads.
Okay, I've got it. I'm ready.
I have it. YouTube is whitelisted though, so
That makes sense, yeah.
yeah. Gotta be supporting those creators.
For real. 3, 2, 1, play.
Can't even see it.
Oh, you can hear it though.
Bro's scared of a cat.
I don't blame him. They're pretty crazy. Oh.
My gosh.
There you go. He's
Gotta
like,
get
bloody
some
hell.
cat food.
Yeah, you got
What
some
if this-
catnip. It's traumatized.
Yeah. God, how long could it have been in there for without any food?
Well, he said a week. A fucking
There's no
week.
way.
Well,
There's no way it can't have been.
The vet said it was missing for a week.
Okay, so it was missing for a week.
So I guess maybe it didn't come. It like went on like an extended, like sort of period of walking about. Didn't come home when it normally would. It obviously planned on coming home, but then got stuck in a grill.
It can't have been in there for a week because it would have had to
would have
eat
died,
or drink.
yeah.
It would have died. You can only last like what is it, 3 days without water or something,
Yeah.
and then you
Unless
die.
she
And
was,
that's for a
like,
human.
Drinking her own piss.
That doesn't work.
Does it not?
No.
It's got water in it though.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Why can't I not do infinite water glitch? It does work. Why does fucking Bear Grylls drink his piss then?
Does he?
Yeah.
Does okay?
You can
does
filter it, right?
Drinking.
You can get a piss
urine
filter.
Keep you alive when stranded.
It's got to.
If someone is lost at sea or deep in the desert, they are sometimes depicted as drinking their own urine to preserve moisture. This is highly unlikely to actually help. The average adult's urine contains a significant amount of salt, which gets more concentrated if you become dehydrated.
So why the fuck was Bear Grylls hyping it up as if it's some survival tactic? Was he just trying to kill me?
He just... Oh, I mean...
I've been
if
drinking
you're
my piss for
stranded
years.
in the desert... Fucking hell, Bear Grylls.
Fuck's sake, you could have told
This
me.
is your fault.
Bastard.
God damn it. Okay,
Jesus,
let's do
that
the
poor
last
cat.
one.
Anyway, yeah, last one. Swan, it's another fucking Welsh town as well, so it's going to have some stupid name that I can't pronounce.
Porthmadog.
Porthmadog. Swan brings probably like Portmadog, right? Something like that.
Probably something like
Traffic
that. Yeah,
to a standstill. Yeah, let's say Porthmadog. Swan brings Porthmadog traffic to a standstill. Commuters in the North Wales town were surprised to find an unusual case behind the hold-up. The Swan later managed to get itself to safety.
Oh,
A swan has caused chaos after bringing a town's traffic to a standstill. The Swan was walking on a road in Porthmadog, Gwynedd, when it held up a bus and queue of vehicles. See, Gwynedd, that's a good fucking name, because I can pronounce that and it sounds cool. It sounds like it's from The Witcher.
Is that how you pronounce 2 D's in Welsh?
Gwynedd, yeah, right?
I don't know. I was asking you.
Or maybe it's Gwynedd. That doesn't sound right. Gwynedd sounds better, right?
Gwynedd.
Gwynedd.
Gwynedd?
Gwynedd.
Gwynedd.
It's Gwynedd. Oh, I'm just going to Porthmadog, Gwynedd.
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 Like that, like a this.
Yeah, like
this
a
sound. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
When it held up a bus and a queue of vehicles. Alison Statham runs a B&B with her husband in the area of North Wales. She was on her way to Porthmadog from nearby Minfield. What the fuck is this place? When she saw the bird making its way along the road just before lunchtime on Tuesday. Oh, he got caught in the lunchtime rush.
Wow.
We saw the traffic slowing down, so we stopped, and then Phil, my husband, said, "There's a swan holding up traffic," she told Sky News.
In that accent.
Yeah. Well, he's called Phil, so he's not Welsh, right?
Well, you could be called Phil and be from Wales.
Nah, he's called, like, everyone in Wales is called Llewellyn. It's canon.
Everyone is called Llewellyn.
Yeah, even the women.
I always remember Llewellyn, that name, because there's that one character in Doctor Who called Llewellyn who dies.
I don't even... What episode's that from?
In the Christmas Invasion, he's killed by the Sycorax.
Oh, no, Llewellyn! I don't remember him.
Because what's her name? Harriet Jones is like, oh, I saw him, you know, the Major and Llewellyn. They were murdered in front of me.
I'm Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister. I love her. Fucking love Harriet Jones. She's so great.
Yeah, she is.
We just stopped and then watched this bus slowly coming towards us with the Swan sort of walking in front of it. The traffic managed to overtake the Swan while giving it plenty of room. The car in front of us, or a couple of cars in front of us, stopped quite a way in front of the Swan, so that the bus eventually went around it really slowly, Miss Statham added. But in the meantime, my husband had got out, and the lady in the car behind us had got out, and I had got out, and we were trying to shoo it over the wall, but it needs a run. They need to run, flap their wings, and then take off.
Imagine all that, but it's said in a Welsh accent.
In the meantime, my husband and I had got out, and the lady in the car behind us had got out, and I had got out, and we were trying to shoo it over the wall. That's not even a fucking Welsh accent. It sounds like a fucking Wisher NPC.
It started off Welsh, but then you just went West Country towards the end.
They need a run, Master Witcher. Flap their wings and take off. That's him talking about the griffin in White Orchard. Oh god. The swan later managed to get itself to safety. Apparently there was a gap in the wall a bit further down going back towards Minfjord. So apparently it got through there, but we didn't see that, she said. There was a family of swans, I believe, in the water to the right-hand side, and it kept walking along and poking its head over the wall just to see where they were. Mrs. Statham added she thought the swan must have been thinking, how the hell am I going to get over there? The wall. What a great article. And there's a picture at the top as well of the swan in front of
just
the
standing there. I have a question for you. Do you think this would have gone down the same way with the bird a pigeon? Or do you think they would have just ran it over?
No, definitely not. People would have run it over.
Yeah,
people don't even care about like badgers when they're in the road. They fucking speed up when they see badgers.
How crazy is it that it depends on the type of animal as to whether you will spare its life? I mean, not for me. I swerve and risk my life to protect pigeons, but like other people.
Oh yeah, same here.
I think they're protected, but yeah, I think it is illegal to kill a swan.
Historically, valuable rights of ownership were subsequently granted by the monarch to many people and organisations as swans were a prized food, served at banquets and feasts. Today, of course, swans are no longer eaten and are a protected species. So yeah, wild, unmarked and mute swans belong to the crown. What? What a weird fucking sentence. As such, this means that taking a swan could amount to theft. Killing or injuring a swan. Well, fuck you. If the fucking world goes to shit and there's a swan, I'm grabbing it and snapping its neck and eating it. And there's nothing the stupid crown can do. You know what? Prince Charles can fight me himself. I'd fuck him up.
Prince Charles. What if
he's not my fucking king.
Not my king. What if you went to snap the neck of a swan and it didn't
he went, don't
snap,
do that, mate.
And it just bent. It just bent, and like its head is upside down. It's like a cartoon character just staring at you, and he's just like, huh?
It looks at me and goes, what are you doing? Don't do that.
Oh my god. How do you think, what if it, okay, I'm going to give you different varying degrees of sized animals, and you can tell me if you think the bus would have stopped for it, right?
Okay.
What if it was a goose?
I reckon yes, they probably would for a goose.
What if it was a pheasant?
No, pheasants, people hate pheasants. They're so dumb as well, to be fair.
Okay,
I nearly ran over a pheasant once.
I need to think of a bird in between the size of a pheasant and a goose.
Like a duck?
Yeah, like a duck, like just a regular duck. I think
people
that you see
like
in the park.
ducks, so they wouldn't. People like ducks. We're brought up to like ducks.
True, people do like duck. What if it was like a chicken?
I reckon people would for a chicken as well, because we recognise them as like valuable livestock. So we'd be like, okay, that's a chicken. I don't want to run over a chicken.
I guess people just see pigeons as like flying rats.
Yeah, which is so sad because pigeon law goes deep. All right, we domesticated them and then fucking told them to fuck off. Have you seen pigeon nests? Have we talked about this before? We have talked about this before, haven't we?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Have you seen pictures of pigeon nests? Google it now. It's so sad.
Pigeon.
Because they're domesticated
nests.
birds that like relied on us for ages because we used them, and then we just stopped using them, and they don't know how to make nests.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a bunch of twigs on the floor with an egg in the middle. It's shit.
No, it's so sad.
Pigeon lore is so sad.
There's one. I've got one. There's this pigeon. It is sitting in a. I don't know. Wait, this doesn't look real. This is Photoshop. Hang on, let me.
This is not Photoshop. What do you mean?
Wait, look at this. Look at this picture.
Okay, let me.
What is that?
Let me have a look at it.
I'll try and remember to put it on the video.
Why is it in a? Why is it in
It's
like
like a
thing that you
sieve.
use
It's like
in
a plastic sieve.
Why is it in a?
That
sieve?
egg looks like it's not there. That's not a real shadow.
Yeah, it is. It's just taken in a way that like it's got a flash on, right? Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, there's like
the
some
way
weird
the shadow
drop
is
shadow.
cast under the
Like someone put a feather all the way up on a drop shadow.
What the hell is that image?
Oh god, there's a fucking pigeon nest here that's a dilapidated sink with a bunch of syringes in it.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I've seen that. Wait, that's fucking. What the fuck is that?
It's sad.
It's literally a sink with a shit ton of syringes in it and just like three eggs. Like, bro, those aren't sticks.
It's really sad. I feel so bad for pigeons. They get fucked over by everyone.
Honestly, it is crazy because I'm thinking about it, and if that bus was about to run over like a robin, I don't think it would do it.
Do you
And
reckon?
those are tiny.
I don't think
Those
a
are
bus driver
small.
would be able to see a robin, would he?
I mean, he'd be able to see it like from a distance.
Yeah. Robins are quick enough to get out of the way, I think.
I mean, so are pigeons most of the time.
True,
But-
pigeons are pretty deft.
But imagine if it couldn't. I don't think
Imagine,
like
just
not
imagine,
many
it'll be
people would
flattened.
move out of the way of a pigeon.
No, that's because they're just so common. We don't care about them. I love pigeons personally, but
Yeah.
they're just so
I think
funny.
it is interesting to be like in what like which animals will cause people to react in which ways. Like if you saw a mouse in the road, or if you saw like a
Yeah,
a
like you wouldn't
deer
stop
in
for
the
a
road.
mouse, but you'd stop for a deer for sure. Like a fox,
Yeah.
you'd stop for a fox, but you wouldn't stop for like a rabbit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I would.
I
Yeah.
would stop for. Yeah, I would never
I
want
would
to run
stop
anything
for pretty
over.
much any animal. Like there was a pheasant that ran in front of my car once, and I was super close to hitting it, but it managed to get over the other side. Like it was quite funny because I was driving and I was at that point where when it ran in front of my car, I couldn't see it anymore, so I couldn't tell if it was dead or not. And then I saw it run out the other side, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh
The
my
dude
god.
survived.
I almost hit a rabbit. I've almost hit a rabbit multiple times,
Oh,
and
God.
I've like swerved into the other lane because I've been like, shit, I don't want to kill the rabbit. And I'm like, imagine if I died trying to save the life of a rabbit that will probably
Yeah.
die in the next 5 minutes anyway.
Exactly, it's probably gonna get run over by another car by someone who takes their own safety into account when they see an animal on the road. I think the worst animal to run over would obviously be like a dog or a cat.
Yeah, that'd be fucked. If I killed a cat, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I have this horrible like thought whenever I'm driving into like a street or like a more residential area that like I'm not gonna there's gonna be a cat in my blind spot and I'm not gonna see it. I'm just gonna hear like a crunch and like a
Meow!
and I'm like just
Meow!
yeah, just like
Oh
a pained
god!
meow.
Do you know what I am always scared of? And this is a fucking thing that I hate. This feeling is that because cats like to climb up into the underside of cars.
Yeah.
Because they're warm.
Oh,
You've just
God,
turned
yeah.
the engine off.
Yeah.
And it's like every time I turn my car on, I'm like, what if there is a cat here under my car?
And just get ripped up
and
by
I
your
don't
engine.
know, and I just like kill it, and I wouldn't know until I like check.
I'm gonna have to start doing that now. Like,
Yeah, I
In
always
the
just like
winter-
glance at my tires. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, I just need to make sure there's no cat here.
yeah, because that's where your engine is. In the
Well,
tires.
no. I want to check because sometimes they climb up in the tires, but like if
and they
it's
sort
in
of chill
my
there
car,
in like the undercarriage of the car sort of area.
Yeah, because the thing is, if it's just sitting under the car, when I turn the engine on, it's gonna run away.
Yeah.
But if it's climbed up into your car, like because they sometimes do that, they'll just like
Yeah,
climb up
yeah.
inside,
'Cause
like
it's
the
nice
one
and
in the
warm.
grill.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like if it's there, like I'm not if I like lay on the ground and like check under the car, like I'm not gonna be able to see it.
No.
So
You'll be able
it's
to hear
like,
it meow though.
shit.
You should do a meow into your car every morning.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should sound like a dog whistle and see if it runs out.
Oh yeah, like a cat whistle.
Yeah, are they different?
I assume so. They can hear like different frequencies, right?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't
I've
actually
never
know.
thought about it. I assume they're like the same thing.
Yeah.
I
I will play Mongolian throat singing at it, and it'll definitely run away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
That
there we
makes
go.
sense.
That's
Wow.
down the foxhole for this week. I thought it was pretty good.
Down the
good.
foxhole.
We'll do the recommended next week. Recommended has been on a hiatus. And I don't know if
sure
you see the
has.
videos that I sent in. They're pretty good.
Let me have a look. Oh yeah, I like the thumbnails. I'm seeing. I like the one that's just fish.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
crazy. Oh, actually, I really want to watch that one. Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to the next episode. I want to see that. 10,000 maggots versus fish.
Yeah,
That
that's what you got.
really
That's
good.
what you got next week.
I'm excited.
They're
Very
great
excited for that.
videos. They're great videos. And burger time lapse.
The burger time lapse.
Burger time lapse battle.
I have no idea what that could possibly be.
Yeah, how do you
Burger
time lapse a
time-lapse
burger? It doesn't
battle.
do anything.
Yeah, maybe. I guess it's just like
Decaying.
molding.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is disgusting.
That's incredible.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that'll be next
Fantastic.
week. I don't want to spoil
Wonderful.
too much. Maybe I'll find another video or two just to pad it out a little bit more next week. But we'll see. We'll
Sweet.
see. We'll see what the
I'll,
recommended spits up.
Nice. I'll try to make sure I post the fucking Patreon topics. If I don't, you have the right to.
Kill you with a sword.
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be reasonable. So feel free. But I'll make sure I do it, so it'll be fine.
Yes.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Episode 15. Oh wait, we didn't do the thing. We didn't watch the fucking number 15 video. We were gonna watch that video.
Let's do it.
Where is it? What's it even
Number
called?
15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you buy in your Burger King burger is someone else's foot burgers.
Where
Number
is it?
15 full video. That's what I'm gonna type in.
I found original full version, but
Yeah, well we can do that, right?
that's not. It can't be it. It's
That's
only
not.
one-
It's not the official video, no. What?
It's
We're
only-
gonna watch the
it's
entire
only-
top fucking 20 fucking.
Yeah,
video.
that was the fucking point.
It'll be like fucking half an hour long.
Nah.
Yeah,
nah.
top 15 mysteries solved by 4chan. It's this video. And it's
Wait,
fucking
where?
27 minutes long.
Ah,
It's my top
fuck.
15s.
Number 15.
Do you want to watch the whole clip though anyway? Just to end this video off. The
What,
one
we
at
could
the
wait.
top.
We could watch the full video, but let's watch it on like 2 times speed.
Oh fuck! It's gonna take so long.
No,
Oh,
it'll take half the time.
wait! It's the first fucking thing in the video. It's top 15. 15 isn't the
Yeah.
last one. It's the first
15's
one.
the first one. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, let's do it.
Number
Okay.
15.
Look, if we watched it at 2 times speed, it would take us nearly 20 minutes to finish the video. I don't have the time.
Ah, fuck! This sucks. This sucks. This was gonna be perfect. This is the only time we could fucking do it. Fine,
but it
we'll
would
just
be
watch
funny
the...
for like 1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
Mysteries.
Okay, fine.
Let's do
Fine.
it,
I
let's
just
do it.
thought it would be funny to see what the whole fucking video was. I thought it'd be a funny bit. Okay, fine. Let's just do just the Burger King foot lettuce original video.
Okay,
just
let's
the
do it.
1 minute 37.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the top.
Alright.
Okay. Let me go. Up to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, just
so I was
the-
on the official video. Okay.
Yeah, no, just the
Okay,
segment.
Let's watch it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Fucking hell.
The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is
Why is
someone's
that
foot
picture as
fungus,
well?
But as it turns out, that might be what you get. A 4chaner uploaded a photo anonymously to the site showcasing his feet in a plastic bin of lettuce with the statement,
Why does he speak like
"This
that?
is the lettuce you
don't
eat at
fucking
Burger
know.
King." Admittedly, he had shoes on. But that's even worse. The post was up at 11:38 p.m. on July 16th, and a mere 20 minutes
The
later,
ominous music.
the Burger King in question was alerted to the rogue employee.
Enjoy getting
At
fired,
least.
OP.
I hope you know. How did it happen? Well, the BK employee hadn't removed the EXIF data from the uploaded photo, which suggests
pretty
the
based,
culprit
actually.
was somewhere in Mayfield Heights, Ohio.
Dude,
This
that's
was at
terrifying.
11:47. 3 minutes later, at 11:50,
That is terrifying,
the
to be
Burger
fair.
King branch address
Because
was
that means any
posted
fucker on
with
4chan
wishes
can
of
find out
happy
where I live.
unemployment.
That's
5 minutes
insane.
later, the news station was contacted by another 4chaner, and 3 minutes later, at 11:58, a link was posted. BK's
Go, go, go,
Tell
go,
Us
go, go,
About
go.
Us online forum. The foot photo, otherwise known as Exhibit A, was attached. Cleveland Scene Magazine
Oh, God.
contacted the BK in question
Such
the
an
next
iconic
day.
video.
When questioned,
The
the
BK.
breakfast shift manager said, "Oh, I know who that is. He's getting fired." Mystery solved.
If I knew who he was
4chan.
just based on his
Now
like
we can all
shoes
go
and his
back
leg.
to eating our fast food
Oh my
in
God.
peace.
Amazing.
That's insane. Honestly, it's insane that people can track you based on like a fucking thing in your picture. I didn't know that was a thing. That's actually terrifying.
That is pretty fucky.
Is that just any image that you post anywhere? Someone
Maybe.
could just track where it was posted from, or is it where it was taken from?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But I mean, how often are you posting stuff on social media not in your house? So it doesn't really matter anyway.
But,
Unless you're posting a picture of like where you are, I suppose, if you're like on holiday or something.
wait, but what do you mean?
Like, I'm saying it doesn't make a difference because if you took the picture in your house, it's most likely that you're going to be posting in your house. So it doesn't matter if it's they can find where it's posted or where it's taken, I suppose, was what I was saying.
But then they would know where you live.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter which one because they still know where you live.
Oh, right, I see what you're saying, because if
Yeah,
you post
yeah.
it from... Right, yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter, like in general.
right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Fungus.
That's
Okay.
crazy. I just think it's insane that guy speaks like that.
Yeah.
Like, has nobody ever taught him how to structure it, like how you say sentences?
It's just the pronunciation of foot fungus is just on another level.
It's like he puts full stops in the middle of sentences. Or sometimes
Number
doesn't, and sentences just
15.
run on. It's so weird.
Burger King
So
foot
weird.
lettuce.
I fucking love it. It's great. I still quote it to this day.
Great meme.
What a great way to
meme.
end today's episode.
Fantastic. Episode 15.
Number 15.
I'm gonna call this.
Horsey
I'm
Folks
gonna call
podcast.
that this episode. I think that'll be good. Yeah. Burger
Number
King
15.
foot lettuce. Oh my god, fantastic! All right, that's episode 15. We'll see you in 2 weeks for episode 16.
Yeah.
Where we will do the segments we talked about and whatever else
For
might be
sure.
on the table. So
Yeah.
that'll be cool.
Lovely.
But yeah, good gaming. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you all soon.
Goodbye.
Catch you later, gamers. Bye-bye.
Bye.